Uganda in furtherance of the plot to overturn the government of Uganda as by law established. C. Utterances to various individuals during meetings and privately expressing desire and intent to overturn the government of Uganda as by law established. D. Providing logistical support and organizing for several Ugandan citizens to travel to Kisumu, Kenya for the purpose of receiving training in various military and intelligence gathering techniques. And E. Soliciting for military, financial, and other logistical support to overturn the government of Uganda as by law established. The alternate charge is statement of the offense, and the alternate charge is dismissal of prison contrary to section 25 of the Penal Code Act, Part 128. The particulars of the offense are that Colonel retired Dr. Kiza Besigye, Advocate Lutale, and Captain Dennis Ola, and others still at large between the years of 2023 and November 2024 at various places including Geneva in Switzerland, Athens in Greece, Nairobi in Kenya, Kampala in Uganda, knowing that another person intended to commit treason, did not give information thereof with all reasonable dispatch to the minister and administrative officer, the magistrate, and officer in charge of the police station, who use all reasonable endeavors to prevent the commission of treason. Now, this being capital matters, my duty was simply to read you the charges. They did not pay. We only paid at high court when you have been committed.
Your worship, perhaps we should find out from the accused person have and understood the charges read to them. Then I'll address you on how we intend to proceed with the matter.
Have you understood the charges that have been read to you? Then you each one need to read within a time control.
Your worship, the investigations in this matter are not yet complete. The investigations in the matter are not yet complete, Your worship. So our committal papers are not yet ready. And so we will break for one adjournment on another convention.
The issue their arrest, issue regarding their arrest. Your worship, concern the heavy military presence in this court. Because the military has no power to arrest, not my understanding of the ranks in the army, Robert is the captain. It's a captain, those whips. You get that the gentleman here standing next to my clients. He's a captain. And I can see the dog here again is also guarded by UPDF, MP military police. Leadership is a very serious matter. Treason is a charge which can be filed before this one and tried by the High Court. And all those processes can only be handled by the police force, presenting them before you. And if you remand them, it's the prison's authorities. So we seek for orders in regards to the management of the castle's worship in accordance with the law. Distance themselves from this man. And if it pleases you, the worship give you powers and the might you have. Give them much as out of this place. We do pray for worship. So that we deal with a situation that is conducive for dispensation of justice without any fear or humiliation. So that they get out of this place, we remain with the police and the prison authorities. They are enough to manage the situation. That is one. Two, your worship. The issue of the credit status of A1, family that is arrested. As you can see, was brought here in the wheelchair, your worship. And he has been incarcerated since mid-November. We are now in February. As far as pre-trial rights are concerned, your worship, it's our prayer that this honorable court intervenes and makes orders that we be accorded the necessary facilities to be evacuated, the medical facility that can manage his health. This prayer and worship is grounded on Article 23 of the Constitution. Clause 5, where a person is restricted or detained, that person shall be allowed to access medical treatment, including at the request of the cost of that person, access to private medical treatment. That person shall be allowed access to medical treatment, including at the request and at the cost of that person, access to private medical treatment. Your worship, the applicant is ready to meet the costs. I was making an undertaking on his behalf to watch that is ready to meet the costs of the treatment. The only prayer we are making is for the evacuation examined to a medical facility that can examine him thoroughly and then afford him urgent attention, which is specialized in nature, because as of now, there are prisons where he's being detained, has no equipment, has no facilities, do specialized examination to understand the nature of the health challenge and be able to attend to the same. Your Worship, as I conclude with this, the right to life is paramount to the exercises. And I'm sure the state will want also to prosecute him when we do stand as far as health is concerned. And for the record, Your Worship, your sister magistrate at Mandalo, the hand, some proceedings, Nakawa involved is being held for 60 days and said he will not stand trial. That was yesterday. Proceedings were stayed 60 days, then it became stabilized. And even when he appeared to the High Court of the State, because Justice Singiza, for an application for habeas corpus, the same story, his lordship directed that he should be taken back to Brazil for further management and see how we can stabilize his health. But at that time, we could at least walk to court. Now, the situation has been calculated further. He's now in the wheelchair. On Wednesday, he walked with support by the prisons warders to court, to High Court. Yesterday, he could not be produced before magistrate court because of poor health. Now, today he's in a wheelchair. I'm sure Your Worship wouldn't want to see the next phase in the coffin. I'm sure the state will want also that situation to happen. But the next phase now, the coffin. So, that is what we are praying, and I hope my land friend on the other side is going to take it to peace. That we keep this worship important. Be evacuated, the facility that has got enough equipment we do so very much.
Your Worship, I have just a short response. Your Worship, my learned friend and mayor, and indeed, I think all of us in this court understand the peculiar circumstance of this case. Initially, we were aware that accused persons appeared in the general court martial. And it was only after the decision of the Supreme Court that the Director of Public Prosecutions showed jurisdiction over this matter. And so, all accused persons, Your Worship, yesterday we applied for production warrant to produce them from prison. And that is because they have been remanded there by the General Court Martial. And Your Worship, while A1 and A2 for civilians, we remanded into a civilian prison, which is Mura. A3, who is a military officer, was remanded to the Makinde military detention facility. and therefore there was no way he could be placed in civilian hands before the proceedings of the plea. And certainly after today, he is going to be remanded for the orders and under the remand of this court. And I can assure my colleagues from the other side that the prison's authorities will then be in full control. And so that should not worry them. The second issue regarding the health status of A1, I understand the submissions from my senior, and I associate myself with his citation of the constitutional position, granting the given person the right to access medical care, treatment, even at his own cost in a private facility during his detention. My only concern is about the request that the court orders that the accused person, A1, gets treatment from a private, be evacuated to a private facility. Your worship, what you will have are your statements by my land friend. Your statements from in that direction. You need to be guided by evidence. You need to make an inquiry as to the ailment. You need to make an inquiry as to whether prisons is indeed incapable of handling. You need to be guided whether this request is refused into it. We have not heard from the prison authorities to this morning. And so, Your Worship, it would be, it might be premature for you to make an order like that. However, counsel and the accused person, particularly A1, can request the prison authorities, the law is there, to obtain medical evidence from a private facility. It is only upon that, if there is evidence that there is a refusal, and then maybe the defense of the accused person can then apply or in his court for his court to stretch a hand, and that order, Your Worship, can only be made after hearing all the parties on the evidence. But right now, what we have are statements we're making from, and I am not, in my view, you do not have sufficient material before you to make an order like that. And so I would respectfully that does not make that order. I was hoping, Your Worship. That's a good feedback. I will enjoy the Your Worship.
I'm really disturbed by the way the state is treating this matter rather with the very insensitive attitude. For instance, Your Worship, I was clear in my submissions that his condition requires specialized examination, which can only be attended from the facility with the Besigye. Now, how is it going to be done under the confines of zero prisons? That you act on evidence, not statements from the bar. Which kind of evidence one would expect? And the state which the accused person has been brought here, your worship. Is it a normal practice in court that the accused person are wheeled in to the door? If I may ask, is it a normal practice for the accused person to be wheeled into the door when they are not suffering from any disability? For the record, he's not having any disability. He's just sick. It's the reason he's in a wheelchair. And that wheelchair, your worship, was not provided by ourselves as lawyers. We sit it and begin. The prisoners authorities themselves. They understood the situation and said no. The accused person could not walk himself here. We could only go here in a wheelchair. I thought the statement I made would move them, would touch their hearts. They want him next in the casket, to say casket. And now move our colleagues to say, okay, let's get a solution to this. And your worship will die in your hands, and the life of your church is entirely now in your hands. That's all we can say at this particular time. Because they invite, obviously, they are going to be remanded, send him back in a wheelchair. Worship. Can an accused person who has been brought in a wheelchair be sent back on remand? And this honorable court to remand the person who is in a wheelchair. It's the reason we are saying from here, we take him to a medical facility, they will regard him from there. We go to medical hospital, they can regard him from there. Just like they are guarding him from here. Once he has stabilizes, then we pursue our processes. We are ready to have this worship. And we have to do this power. Forgiving that themselves. And our bodies are that we can do so.
Tugia phone. Como tu nasce?
custodial process in court, the state has explained the circumstances under which the expenses of some of them, to which they are harmed while producing Jeffrey, who is a serving military officer and has been in their custody. So it was only imperative for them to produce him to court after receiving the protection warrant from the court. Now that they find it within this court's jurisdiction, they shall forthwith be remanded to the place of the practice. With regard to the prayers for personalized medical examination and treatment of A1, I am constrained to make such an order as my only jurisdiction in this matter, which is a capital offense, is to communicate the charge to the accused person, and when the investigations are done, then commit each of them to high court for trial. Since A1 is represented, it is advised to seek for remedy from the appropriate court, which is the high court. But for now, all the accused persons are remanded to the zero prison, and the matter is adjourned for mention the 7th of March 2025.
Just seek your favor. Just seek your favor. We are prepared for mobilization, right? Since the person is here, and then the court is the person, so they can send because accessing the meetings is very much. We have our commissioner for that, which our commissioner here was very commissioner of the person, then we proceed with the application.
I think that's good.
Most of that.
All right. Wanchief tibandikiriza kwingira tibikiriza kwingira banange banange embeera bweti bweri Mukulu Muzayo Luzira has been charged of treason. Beera, it is okay.
Nyanywa amawulire akole.
It is okay.
Otegere.
Banange omusajja bamuzzayo Luzira bamu charges of treason. Ki ekigenda mu maaso?
Omukazi oli asanyusiddwa nnyo oli ow'amawulire.
Ki ekigenda mu maaso? Ki ekigenda mu maaso ate?
Afande tuli b'amawulire. Nange nnyo yamugambye namugamba mugambye abambadde ebya bbulaaka kubanga bo tebategeera kino kiri ekyomumwala ekiri wano kino kiraba kino ekiri wano kino tekitegeeza singa okunuma babatekemu abantu abatategeera balekisajja ekyo kisibu
Era baba bantu
atukiraba ekyo
Banange bunkenke bwe ku kooti wano e Nakawa. Bunkenke. Banange.
olwagala omusajja afiire mu kkomera okimanyi kale weyakusinga akakubbira mu nsiko empiso enfu nakafa oyo kateeni tomuwulira ananaagira
Banange omusajja bamuzaalidde treason. Bamukyagiza emisango gya treason. Ya treason. Kampola. Banange tuli live mu tetuukiriziddwa. Kino kyendi mukola aburizikite okategedde. Omusajja wuyo ali ku kagaali. Musajja bange. Omusajja ali ku kagaali. Omusajja wuyo kagaali. Dokita wuyo kagaali. Omusajja ali ku kagaali. Omusajja wuyo ku kagaali. Wuyo ku kagaali. Omusajja wuyo.
Okay? That's enough. Thank you. Enough. Thank you.
Omwana agenda kufa. Abanyabanyezani agenda kufa. Kabere muwozi agenda kufa. Buli omu agenda kufa. Nejja kwanga kufa nabanayo nafudde olukunsi kuno. Mwagafa olumbe.
Bantu banyiivu, omusajja ali ku katebe, ali ku kagaali, tasobola na kutambula yadde. Guys, subscribe if you're first time. Subscribe.
Abafere bano. Obufere bulina mu state obufere. Obufere mu ggwanga lyaffe.
Era bakutata nti waliwo banatuta mulundi gwakubiri.
Guys, subscribe.
Ali kolera wanene Roni ayimire wali wakulu Roni muli wa mujja tukolere wanene
omusajja bamukyajinze treason. Ronald ogenda akola oti
Damabali waliwe ali Damabali no
We are ready. Yes?
One, it's quite evident that there has not been any transfer of files from the General Court Martial, as they have always alleged. I mean, they have always claimed. All along, they have told the nation, no, all along they have treated Ugandans and the world to lies, blatant lies, that they were processing transfer of files from the General Court Martial to the civilian courts. You can now attest to the fact that what has happened today are just fresh charges. It's a fresh charge sheet. It's not that there is a file from the General Court Martial or a file from anywhere, but a charge sheet signed yesterday by the state attorney here of Nakawa and the magistrate, dated 20th. So there was no process of transfer. That was a lie. And our contention is, if indeed this is what they intended to do, they would have done that long ago. At least after the 31st of January, when the Supreme Court pronounced itself on the matter, they should have done it within 48 hours in accordance with the Constitution. Why did they have to wait this long to violate Dr. Besigye Lutare's rights, to keep them under illegal detention for over 2 weeks, now almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks of illegal detention. It's an absurdity, it's a travesty, and we condemn that conduct in the strongest terms possible. But now going forward, yes, we have processed the bail application. Unfortunately, again, the prisons authorities have defied the directive of court to allow us. They have defied the instruction of court to permit us the opportunity of having these papers signed by Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye and Obed from here, because we had come with our commissioner for oath. We have our bail application prepared, and the stamp for the commissioner for oath is here. The commissioner for oath is around. So we came prepared for all that to expedite the processes of filing the application so that we can secure the liberty of Dr. Besigye to be able to get medical treatment. Unfortunately, the prison authorities have remained stubborn, adamant. They have refused. So we have no choice but to take these papers to Luzira. Right now we are proceeding there to cause a signing of the affidavit, which is supporting the application for bail. And we hope, again, when we reach there, they will not put in place other onerous conditions or stumbling block in our way. So that's what we are going to do. Secondly, we are again disappointed with the way the magistrate has treated the issue of Dr. Besigye's health. He's in a wheelchair. And it's not a normal practice in courts of law that suspects are wheeled into the dock. We made that very, very clear to her. Unfortunately, no remedy has been offered. We have highlighted the history of this matter. Wednesday, he walked himself into the chambers of Justice Singiza, though with support. Of course, he had support from the prison's authorities. Yesterday, he could not be brought to court at Buganda Road, and the magistrate was constrained to stay the proceedings for 60 days on that account that doctor was too ill to stand trial. Today he's brought in a wheelchair, and we have asked, do they want to see him in a coffin tomorrow? And the Constitution grants all these rights. Look at Article 23. Article 23 is very, very clear. An accused person who is in detention has got a right to get medical treatment from a private facility at their own expense. And Dr. Besigye was ready to meet the costs. What is the fuss about keeping him there without according him this right to access medical treatment from a facility of his choice? And we advised they could guard him from there. Unfortunately, again, there was no intervention made. So we are just going to expedite the processes of bail going forward, and the application we have to file it in the course of today. So we are dashing now to Luzira to cause the signing of the affidavits. Then we come back and file the application in the High Court so that we can get an earlier date for the disposal of the same. The final one is that we want to announce officially that Dr. Besigye today has called off the hunger strike. Now that he has been arraigned formally before this court, because all along he was protesting illegal detention, being on remand without a valid or lawful remand order of court, remand warrant. Now that he has been formally arraigned and a remand warrant issued, and we are pursuing the bail process, he is calling off the hunger strike. And then we proceed with the bail application for purposes of securing his liberty and to get medical treatment. That's what we are going to do. Thank you. So katuli nyamivu nti state all along ebadde zerimba nti bali mu nteekateeka za kuleeta fayiro eza general court martial mu kooti eza kyekibalwisizza bulijjo, era ne bagamba abo balwawo n'okuextractinga decree. Siga extractinga decree twali badde twaleeta dda files. Kooti yalagira, simanya Supreme Court yalagira fayiro bazireete, kati ne bagamba simanya DPP awandiikidde ababa bazirina zonna mu general court martial bazireete. Kati ne bagamba court files ezavudde mu general court martial ziri ewa DPP. Tutuuse wano olwaleero bibakalidde ku matama. Tewali court file yavudde mu general court martial, tewali mpapula na lumu, tewaliwo nti charge sheet yavudde mu general court martial oba kantu konna. Tulina just charge sheet yokka yasayiningiddwa lunaku lwa jo state attorney we Nakawa ne magistrate. Ate ng'eyogera ku misango mirala treason. Eri emakindi tewaliyo treason mu general court martial. Bali boogera ku bintu treachery, compromising security, being in possession of firearms. Muno tebirimu. Dokita bamusanga ne pistol n'amasasi. Ate ebyo bye byali mu general court martial. Se misango gyo no court martial egyo gifudde bagisse tebakulimba nti bakoze transfer emisango egibadde mu General Court Martial gye baleese eno mulabyemu ekya being in possession of firearms illegal tekiriimu mulabyemu omusango gwa treachery tekuliimu mulabyemu omusango gwa compromising security tebiriimu baleese treason ate nga treason yali teyaliyo kaka tubagamba mu kifo ky'okudda mu katembo oyo gwe babaddemu ebbanga lyonna lwaki ekyo si kye baakola ng'ennaku z'omwezi 31 Supreme Court lwe yafulumya judgment yaayo kubanga balina essaawa 48 okusinziira ku article ya 23 eya ssemateeka okuggulawo emisango emipya gye baali balina kuba guno musango mpya gwe baguddewo lwaki ekyo si kye baakola lubereberye ne batabonyaabonya dokita kutuuka wano kitubabuuza lwaki batreatinga ng'abasiru ne bafuulinga ensi yonna tituli bali mu process ya transfer twagenze wa justice ngiza ne bagamba omanyi files nyingi ziri voluminous process mpanvu kati process ki ebaddawo eyo preferringa charge empya so lwaki bafuulanga eggwanga lino eri abantu nti tebategeera ne batufuulanga abasiru so ekyo kitunyezeza nnyo ne sekunyeeza yenna era tukivumirira ne sekuvumirira yenna kakati ekirala ekitulumye kwe kuba nti omulamuzi tafudde nnyo ku bulamu bwa Dr. Besigye tumusabye ne tumugamba bw'olaba embeera dokita gy'alimu egenda yeeyongera ku bambi ku lwokusatu bwe bamuleetera wa Justice Singeza yali ajja atambula naye nga bamukwatiridde jjo bwe twabadde wa Justice wa Worship Nancha ku Buganda Road baganye n'omuleeta ne bagamba ndowooza embeera tesobola na kuyimirira era Justice Worship Nancha n'agamba nti proceedings aziyimiriza okumala ennaku 6 kubanga obuwawabirwa Kizza Besigye mulwadde nnyo tasobola na kuyimirira mu kaguli kugenda mu maaso na misango ewa Justice Singeza yalagira nti mumuse masegundi tangwirako wano tamfeintingirako wano ne mu kooti yange kakati olwaleero ajjidde mu wheelchair nga abamusindika be ba prisons warders tubabuuza ekiddako mwagala mulaba nga ali mu kofini nga ali mu kesi nga akkirira lwakabengo kumuziika kyebaagala ne tubasaba ekintu kitono nnyo ekiri mu ssemateeka pre-trial rights njagala okubategeeza ekintu kino zikolebwako magistrate courts era kyekiteekesaawo lwaki puli bagireeta magistrate court bino ebisookerwako abya handling eri bwe bamaliriza investigation nga file eri set nga batwala mu high court for hearing kati ne magistrate anagambe talina buyinza ku pre-trial rights okwodalinga ekintu ekitono ennyo nti bamutwale mu ddwaliro akeberebwa ajjanjabibwe ssemateeka mu nnyingo eya 23 akawaayirako okutaano akirambika bulungi nti omuntu yenna aggaliddwa mu kkomera waddemba okusaba ne bamutwala mu ddwaliro yenna ly'aba ayagadde nga naye yeesasulidde kakati ffe tubagambye dokita ali mwetefutefu okwesasulira ne bagaana ne bagamba bamuzzeeyo kakati n'ekirala twazze ffe ne bail application yaffe nga twetezitezi kuba tugikoze mangu very fast nga tugitwala mu high court ne tusaba omulamuzi ne tumugamba nti kale tukkirize tulina commissioner for oath wano tulina empapula zaffe dokita asayininge n'obedi bwe bamala okusayininga commissioning kati singa tumaze n'okufayiringa nga tusaba hearing date aba prisons nabo beefudde bamawale ne bagamba temujja kubisayiningirawo wano bwe muba mwagala mujje eruzira ng'ate omulamuzi ye amaze otukkiriza kakati eggwanga lyabakiwagi buli omu waali yeefudde mawale buli omu waali yeefudde kakati kyetusazeewo netugamba okay fine ffe kyetwagala ddembe lya Dr. Besigye nobed nga tugenda kukkirira eruzira empapula bazisayiningire eyo tumale ozicommissioninga ne justice of peace eruzira then tukomewo wano tufayiringe olwaleero tulabe nti tufuna date eya okuwulira bail application kyetusembyeyo era dokita alangiridde officially Dr. Besigye alangiridde officially nti hunger strike oba kyeyateekawo ekyoga nti tagenda kubaako kaalya olw'okubanga awakanya okumukuumira eruzira nga tewali biragiro bya kooti byonna olwaleero kiyimiriziddwa kubanga kale aleeteddwa mu kooti ne charges ne bazimuteekako kati tugenda kulwanagana na mbeera ya kufuna bail naye nga agenda kuddamu okutandika okulya era olwaleero tugenda kumutwalira ebyokulya eruzira mwebale nnyo mwebalire
kito kyawulira luganda
alright banange musaba musubscribing if it's your first time here please subscribe like comment and share the link okuva wano tugenda working saha ewa gladiator emperor tugenda wa gladiator emperor.
Katumba sooka otulo ku ddoboozi lyo wano ku nsonga eriwa.
Munnange ekiriwo ekisooka tubaddeeyo neera mbadde mu byange naye ngenza okulaba bamusuddewo obusuuzi nga tetumwetegekedde naye ne bamusuulawo. Naye ensonga enkulu twetaaga amateeka gakole mu ggwanga lyaffe. Omusango gwe bamutaddeko nabo balaba teguliyo. Ekisooka n'omusajja mumulaba ayebyeyebye mumute. Mwami Museveni to omusajja, Muhoozi muto omusajja, omusajja akaddiye, omusajja obulamu bugenderedde mumute. Tumanyi nti kiki naye omusajja mumuto, omusajja akaddiye ayebyeyebye. Neera kyendi okusaba omulanga gwange gwonna gwe ndi obbasaba, Mwami Museveni tabeesigye mute. Musoose mutwala wuyo mu kooti z'amagye, wuyo mutandise kati mukweka bye mukola tebiri mu mateeka bya kifulune babiyita batya kifulanenge, mutubuzaabuza muti mutuzunza buzunza. Ndowooza kyemwagala kumuleetera mu keesi naye ate nga tekyalibadde kituufu. Ekifo ky'okuwuliriza kyayogera temwalisibye musibe muwulirize ki kyayagala, kubanga omwami oyo kuva dda ng'alwanirira eddembe ly'abantu. Mukiwulira avudde dda, tukuze tumulaba, tulaba alwanirira omuntu wa wansi. So kyendi okusaba Mwami Museveni ne banno bonna be mukolagana nabo mute omusajja kozi nga mwagala muleetera mu keesi.
Tuwe ku luzungu.
Today I was in my weekend because it starts on Friday, looking for votes for my people in Kawempe North. I heard that at the Magistrate Court, Dr. Kizza Besigye is going to be here. So I came because literally what they are doing is wrong, is out of the law. According to the laws that we have here, at first you took him to the Army Court. Now you brought him here without even what, you just bring him, then you put him here. You know, it is not allowed, it is not part of the law. I urge you, Mr. Museveni and all the colleagues, General Muhoozi, please release the old man unless you want to bring him in the coffin. And it will be so bad. You get that sense of humor. Mr. Museveni, the man you're treating like that is the man that treated you during the war. Let us make rational decision, not emotional decision. So I'm calling upon Mr. Museveni, the CDF and others, and all the ISO bosses, please release this gentleman. Give him a bail so that he can get treatment. Unless you want him to, you know, you want him to come here when he's in coffin. Thank you very much.
Muje togereko ne banadini. Kale bajje buziwa ne. Kitone so contesting ko microphone e bulungi. Check. Simanyi kiki ya badina Take mu once. We're gonna get it. Tukolerewo. Yes, religious leaders, I think you've been following what's going on. What is your take? Because people have been waiting for your voices. You've been nowhere. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm Reverend Father Kasigi Elias from Kabale Diocese, from the district. And I have come with other 4 clergy or clerics, and they are here with me. They can introduce themselves. Like we can begin with this one.
I'm Father Christopher Nwahiriza, known as Father Chituma. What I want to say, I want to quote the words of one of the popes, St. John Paul II. He said, if the gospel does not address the situation of the people, it does not answer their problem, it is irrelevant. It's high time for us, the church leaders, to wake up and become the voice of the voiceless. This is the mission of the church. And among the activities of the church is to do the pastoral ministry, to visit the sick, and the prisoners. We came here after hearing the cry of Kizza Besigye and his members about the situation, which is not good. And if we don't speak as the church leaders, who's going to speak? We should not allow our flock, see them perishing, being condemned unjustly, and we just keep quiet. I'm not happy, and I have not been happy to see Kizza Besigye being driven in a wheelchair. He is very sick and he cannot be allowed to access medical treatment.
Banange basaba mu subscribing. If you first send me, please subscribe and don't go without subscribing, please. Yeah, it's a request. Yeah, we are still with the religious leaders.
The voice of the voiceless. If we don't speak, who is going to speak for us? We see our situation today in Uganda. Things are not going on well. The rule of the law, maybe it's not functioning. I implore the church leaders, dear brothers and sisters from all corners, we raise our voice and we fight for our people. Because at times, I don't know which message we do always give to the people. You have a congregation, but they are being mistreated. I implore the church leaders, please kindly, let's be the voice of the voiceless. It's our mission. We talk about the situation that's affecting our country today. Let the arms of government do its work. The parliament, the judiciary, the cabinet, and there must be separation of power to make sure that the government allows the judiciary to take its course, not interfere with the other organs of the government. Thank you so much.
Thank you. As I earlier said, that we have 4 priests. We came from Kabale, and the purpose was to see Dr. Kizza Besigye, and we pray for him for the quick release and the quick recovery. And also, of course, to comfort him in whatever is going, and then we see how we can also talk to maybe responsible people as the clerics, and see how we can be released from the prison. I have my brother priest here, even we have our elder brother here who is here. I ask Father to introduce himself, and then our elder brother also to speak to you, and then he tells you his mind.
Father, you push him, I'm called Father Severino Karugaba. I hail from Kabale Diocese. When I heard the cry, because one of the things is justice delayed is justice denied. And if you are denied justice, and as we have our motto, for God and my country, so we need to pull together such that if we see a brother suffering, we sit down and see how to settle certain things and certain issues without fear or favor. So I came here because I have been hearing the cry. I had not seen him, but unfortunately I have seen him in a wheelchair and his health is deteriorating. It would be better we come together because we are all human beings. Let the medical section do its work. Then the law do its work. The church does its work. That's why, because we have to cater for our brothers, and our motto as a church is we have been anointed, and this anointment is to set free those who are being trampled on, not just keeping quiet and praying. Our prayer should be active to go with works, as I have come to see, because I have been hearing. This is one way of witnessing and seeing how our brother together with others are being treated. So for me, my coming here and our coming here is to pray for each other and to practice justice. Let justice take its course so that we move together and we live together. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. But above all, pray for our brother who is.
Yeah, if it's your first time, please subscribe.
Briefly.
I'm Father Felix Runinda.
Yeah, we are the Besigye.
Yes. Let's you give us in language. Give us English.
Give us Felix Runinda.
Alright guys, please liking muna video muliko bisatu. You all like this video live, at least egende mu bantu banje muna mugilikinge mwenna.
Kandi tunopamuha words of encouragement onga kyasasambire onga okulema kutwamula nko kwali kandi tuni n'obugayi kujya kiyabasa kwesongaho kandi kuko kwesera bonabona iteka rya Uganda ngo omuntu yatakahozibwa atakakirere bw'umushango omuntu ugatakabasa kutwabwa nkozi yabibi kuko kugira ngo kwese kuko kwesera shasha kuko kwese barubonabonesa ikibayise ngo umushango bamazire kubutwa ada ninze ngo kirakana iteka ry'ihanga ntabwo ejo turi kumenya ikabatero ryacu konka turi kwesera ko mu Rwanda biri nitwenda ngo abantu ba Uganda kwatanise ekintu kibi tukicene kibi kandi kibi tushaka kireke kintu kirungi abantu bariko kuzima barakunda mu abantu bakabasa kubasubira bakindi rubanje umuntu yabaye rubanje ko mukira akahogweza rero kamusiga bakamufugira konka gumara baragumayo bitano ibiro mushanzu kandi baraga musheje no amagara mabi tukabasa kubera ngo utari kushasha tukabasa kugira ngo utangwa ngo ahurire ngo arabasa kumenya umwaka nenga kugira konka urare kuko kwese ihangiro yafaze
brief in English brief in English
pardon
English yeah summarize in English what you said.
I think everybody has heard what I've said, so summarizing what I've already said is to say that we had come purposely to see Dr. Besigye, to pray with him and pray for him. And we did not know that we would meet him in court of law as it has happened today. So today we have missed to see him, but we have seen how he's being tortured, and we think that he's tortured for nothing, because the constitution of the country does not declare somebody guilty before he's convicted. And what we have seen, it seems he's already judged guilty. And for this reason, we want to condemn that the constitution of Uganda is not followed. So it's high time that it should be followed and be put into practice. I think your names? Yes. Your names? I have already said that I'm Father Felix Runinda.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Later. And today, Pastor, I have seen the tears of old men and old women, and I have seen MPs crying, I have seen young men crying, and I think it's our duty as Ugandans to wake up and talk what is right. And as the clergy, wherever, we should say something about the situation of Dr. Besigye and our Uganda. I implore all the Ugandans to wake up. It's time to wake up, really, and they see what people are passing through, especially Dr. Besigye, who went to the bush and fought together with the great men of the country. I thank you, and I call upon each one to wake up, and then we say something and we do something. I thank you. I'm Reverend Father Elias Besigye from Nakawa district.
Yeah. Guys, let's get another person. Still talking about, but don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the link.
Political leaders in such kind of incarceration without delivering justice to them, without giving them a certain benefit of doubt to access better health facility, care. It is a shame on our country. It is a shame on the Office of the Attorney General. It is a shame on the judiciary, which is supposed to deliver justice to Ugandans.
Honorable briefly in Uganda, for service at Lero, at least Dr. Besigye bamulese mu kooti y'abantu bamijjo.
Siri musanyufu n'akamu okuba ke twabadde tusuubira leero kibadde nti mwami Dr. Besigye abadde agenda kuweebwa olukusa omukisa kulaba nti accessing better medical attention. Mwalaba last week the Ruzira prison wardens bamutwala in a private facility outside Ruzira Machison health facility nga kitegeeza they themselves tebakyasobola kuhandolinga the health obulamu bwa Dr. Kano Kizza Besigye. Yesterday the Buganda Road Court, the judge was he had journeys up to 60 days because embeera yabaddeyo yennyini ebadde emalamu amaanyi ng'eraga omuntu ali bubi nnyo naye n'addamu n'agamba bamuzeewa e Ruzira. The other time on Wednesday last week High Court yagamba omusajja bamuzeeyo ali bubi nnyo instead of kuoderinga bamutwale mu ddwaliro yagamba bamuzeeyo wa e Ruzira. What kyetulabyeko leero kiragira ddala nti leero kiriwo mu ggwanga is real political prostitution. Sincerely speaking, olaba nti those investigations zitabwe zitajja concluding and kiba kitegeeza nti real political prostitution.
For you, what is your remark? This is what many people have been fighting for, that military court should stop the trial of civilians, and now we have seen that this fight has been transferred and the civilian court has started that process.
At least what I have seen, I'm really disappointed. And they have all along been telling us that they are transferring files from military to a civil court. We have not seen any file being transferred here. I told you yesterday that it is very, very not normal that you transfer a heart from a dead person to a live person. Now that the court martial is completely dead, there is no way how they would transfer files from court martial to a live civilian court, because they have started afresh. They had charged him treachery. They had charged him illegal possession of firearms. There is nothing that we have seen here. So we are really disappointed. And what disappoints me most is that Dr. Kizza Besigye is extremely sick. He required to be taken for a medical attention, and that one has not been granted by the court. So we are very disappointed, and I want to implore Ugandans, I want to call upon you, please keep pushing. And all this is happening because you people outside there, you are all pushing. Let's keep pushing the government, because we had been promised that he will leave Ruzira when he is in the coffin. Now we are seeing gradually he's gradually getting near to the coffin. Please, let's keep pushing. Let's keep praying. Whoever can has anything to do and to push for the release of our colleagues in Ruzira, Dr. Besigye and the others, you should continue push, because what we are seeing here, there is nothing closer to a case that the court martial had told us. They are just politicking. They are just doing all of this to play politics, because electioneering time is now the day away. So I implore Uganda that please, let's not cease fire. Let's keep pushing.
Honorable Muluganda, ogambye nti kooti eri nfu tesobola kutransferinga file.
Kati kooti y'amagye nfu yafadda. Bwe bayafa kati ate toyinza kujjamu omutima gw'omuntu omufu ate okuteeke mu muntu omulamu ng'osuubira kinaabeere wanaafaayo ekituufu. So n'olwekyo era kye nabagambye eggulo kye musanze wano nti tewali bwe baleeta fayiro okuzija emakinde bazireeta omukubanga eri baali bamukyayinga tulekyale okubeera n'emmundu mu bimenyi bw'amateeka si bye baleese wano bamukyajinze treason ebirala so batandise fresh. N'olwekyo twebuuza ebbanga lyonna babadde wale babadde kuva ennaku asatu tuli mu wiiki yakusatu lwaki badde tebamuleetanga n'atandika emisango emipya then ne tugenda mu maaso ne tulaba bwe tusobola okufuna bbeeyi. N'olwekyo mbasaba bannayuganda byonna ebibaddewo olw'okuba muwaliriza gavumenti okutuuka ku kino. N'olwekyo mbasaba temujjanga okwo mupushingire ddala ffenna tuteeke gavumenti kuninga buli munnayuganda asobole okufuna obwenkanya. Dr. Besigye n'abasibe abalala bafune obwenkanya sobole kutambuza eggwanga neyanziza.
Webale nnyo Honorable. Thank you very much Honorable.
Ndagala nnyo
gubeere nga bafuna freedom abeere nga asobola okubeera nga afuna obujjanjabi obumala.
nze sibaddeewo kyokka ndi live online lwali mpaddemu
olwaleero tuba tusuubira Kizza Besigye okufuna bbeeyo abeere nga atwalibwa mu bujjanjabi kubanga ali mu mbeera etali nnungi nnyo, naye kibi nnyo nti nno ate era nga aziziddwayo
kiraga nti waliwo ekigendererwa ekirala ekiri beyond that. Naye tusaba gavumenti etandika okukola ebintu nga ekola ebintu nga Munnayuganda bwe yandibadde. Kuba ono naye Munnayuganda era nga naye asobola okubeera nga enjoyinga freedom. Naye bw'otunuulira ekibadde wano deployment ebadde ya bulabe nnyo, zidroni nga zeetala n'amapuleti bazikweka kugamba olaba nti embeera terimu kyewuunyisa. N'ekyo tusaba gavumenti eteekidde dokita agenda afuna obujjanjabi kubanga embeera gy'alimu sinungi.
Kale eri ekiri eno jangu.
Huh.